Hey everyone, Dr. Shook here. In today's video, we're going to be talking about another very important connection between foods that you're eating and rheumatoid arthritis. And really this applies to any autoimmune condition. Now what we're going to talk about today has been a major trigger for my psoriasis. And so this is something I've learned. And we just talked about how alkaloids, compounds in nightshades, are a problem. And today we're going to talk about something else that's found in nightshades, and these are lectins. Now they're not just found in nightshades. They are found in legumes, so beans, lentils, peanuts, and soy. They're found in grains like wheat, barley, and rice, especially brown rice. They're also found in the nightshades. So we talked about those: tomatoes, potatoes, eggplants, and peppers, anything with capsaicin, paprika, and then some seeds and nuts. So lectins create a problem for us because what they'll do is they can actually bind to carbohydrate on the intestinal wall. So your intestinal lining has epithelial cells, is what they're called, that line the intestinal tract. So inside the tube, you have cells that line it. And those cells have like finger-like projections, and they butt up against one another like this. And the finger-like projections point inward, and they give the cells more surface area so they can absorb nutrients, they can release enzymes, and then you have mucus layers on top of those, okay, around the inside of the intestinal tract. So these lectins can bind to carbohydrates that are on this intestinal epithelial cell or the wall, and they can create an inflammatory response that open the cell junctions, or where they join together, and this lets food proteins, partially digested food proteins, bacteria, bacterial fragments, toxins, pollutants, anything that the body that's in the digestive tract allows it to pass through into the bloodstream, where it triggers an inflammatory response. Now, lectins can activate something called the complement system, which is not driven by antibodies. So if you've had like a food sensitivity or allergy test, this will not show up. Also, they can bind directly to your immune cells, to your white blood cells, triggering an inflammatory response. So they create systemic inflammation, and they are a big problem for a lot of people, including myself. So what you can do is you can do a trial, elimination diet. That's what I tend to recommend to people to try. You can do some testing for it, and you see how you respond. You got to focus on healing the gut, improving the gut microbiome if this is a problem, and then you can do a trial reintroduction. Listen, if you are interested in more of a guided approach, just go to my resources, link in my bio, my resources page, click on the RA Reset Protocol. Once you get on my website, it will take you to my practice portal. You can join our program for absolutely free, where there's chat, and we'll share a lot more information about